Hey everybody, it's me as always, your host Gambit896, and I'm back with another video for you guys. Today I'll be reviewing The Punisher by Greg Rucka, Volume 3. The series is written by Greg Rucka, and on this third volume we have Mirco Colak on the artwork, along with Checchetto Mico Suayan. And this third volume collects issues 11 through 16 of Greg Rucka's run on The Punisher. I've also done a review on my channel of the previous volume, which is Volume 2, which collects issues 6 through 10 of The Punisher, Avenging Spider-Man issue 6, and Daredevil issue 11. So if you want to check out this review video, I'll put a link to that video in the description below. So the story in Volume 3 starts right after the events of Volume 2, where we have Detective Walter Bolt basically detailing a zombie attack in Times Square, where he inadvertently teamed up with the Punisher, which the top brass at the NYPD really aren't too fond of, as officially they can't support the Punisher or anything that he stands for, or certainly his methods of taking out everybody in the criminal underworld. But unanimously within any law enforcement, it seems, the Punisher does have a following of you know, law enforcement people who think that what he's doing is for a greater good, so to speak. And then with issue 12 we have Rachel Cole Alvarez paying a visit to Nora Winters. Also, issue 12 has a really cool cover. I just thought I'd show that off briefly, as you can see there. So we have Cole paying a visit to Nora, trying to ask a favour for Nora to retrieve something from her apartment. So Nora goes to Cole's apartment to find that FrankCastle, or the Punisher, is already there, as you can see there. And he asks Nora where's Cole, because he's been looking for her since the events of the second story arc, which was the Omega storyline, which was a crossover between Daredevil, the Punisher, and Avenging Spider-Man. And then what ensues after is a fantastically done fight scene between the Punisher and Cole, where Frank basically lays down the law after the fight scene, which I'll show you pretty much all of the pages, because it's just a fantastically done and almost looks choreographed on the part of Mirco Checchetto. As you can see, here's Frank and Cole fighting in the rain, as you can see there and there. And I'll just show you, there's another page, I think. Yeah, here's the final page of the fight scene, as you can see there. And then we have a conversation which takes place between Frank and Cole, where, as I said, he pretty much lays down the law, where he basically tells her, look, you might have thought that the exchange left you alive on purpose. They didn't. You're dead too. I won't read you all of the dialogue, but I'll read you some of the snippets which I thought were quite humanizing for a character of, or a character like the Punisher, where basically Frank says, look, whatever ties you have to, you know, your friends, your family, your late husband, you know, whatever possessions you may have, whatever memories or emotions, they need to be turned off. They can't distract you, as they are luxuries of the living, which Frank refers to them as. And he also says the dead don't feel, the dead get a purpose, the dead get a mission, the dead don't get distracted, referring to both of them as Punishers, essentially. And also, see if I can find a good example of also Frank with a beard under Greg Rucka and Mirco Checchetto's guided hand just looks really cool, and just a really different and cool look for the character of the Punisher, in my opinion. So then what we have afterwards is we have Cole and Frank attending a exchange weapons auction, trying to gather some intel on the enemy, which they then steal some of the auctioned off equipment. I'll just show you some of the artwork by Mico Suayan. I should say that with this volume we have Mirco Checchetto on the artwork for issues 12, 15 and 16, Mico Suayan on issues 13 and 14, and Mirco Colak on issue 11. So then one of the things I thought was really cool after this was we see that Frank has got some odd mismatched artillery. So as you can see, there's one of Iron Man's helmets, there's a set of Cyclops' X-Men goggles, and there's also one of Spider-Man's web shooters, which comes into play a bit later on. So then we have essentially the Punisher and Cole taking down the exchange, and pretty much action ensues. As you can see, here's Frank using the web shooter to enter the building, as you can see there. Just turn over my notes page. We also have Christian taking revenge for the death of his would-be lover by setting up both the Punisher and Cole as would-be suspects. Also, the firefight or the gun scenes in this between the Punisher, Cole and the police are also really well done, in my opinion, as you can see there and there. And then we have a pretty shocking and surprising reveal at the end of issue 15, and then issue 16 is probably one of my favorite oopsie-daisy, sorry, one of my favorite covers, along with issue 12, as you can see there. Just a really cool cover of obviously Cole kneeling in a pool of blood with Frank standing over her with a gun pointed at her head, as you can see there. So we have Cole reeling from the mistake that she made inadvertently in issue 15, and that is essentially, I'm not going to tell you exactly what happens at the end, but there's a great dialogue exchange and some great character moments between Frank and Cole, where she says, "I thought I could be like you. I thought I could be cold, precise, and pure." But then Frank basically turns to her and says, "Rachel, no one should have to be me," as you can see there. And the way it ended left an opening for Rucka with his 5-issue miniseries, which came out after this, which was Warzone, which unfortunately, once I've got that trade paperback, once that comes out, there won't be any more Greg Rucka the Punisher, which I'm pretty sad about, because Rucka's writing and storytelling on this entire series has been absolutely fantastic. He's really this is going to sound really strange, but he's really, in a strange sort of way, really humanized the Punisher, but at the same time, you know, brought him back to basics of being the soldier waging his one-man war on crime. I really hope that, and I have to agree with James Donnelly, where he said that he would like Rucka to come back and write the character of Cole Alves as the new, or a new Punisher character, which could be really interesting, I think. Also, like I said, the artwork in this by Mirco Checchetto is absolutely fantastic, and is definitely the definitely my favourite sort of standout artist in the three gentlemen that we have on the artwork in this final trade, as you can see there and there, and also just in this series as a whole, where Mirco Checchetto has done the artwork. He's done the first 5 issues with Volume 1, which, while I'm at it, if there's anybody out there who wants to pick up Greg Rucka's The Punisher in trade, I'll just show you the covers to the volumes. So here's Volume 1, which collects issues 1 through 5, which is Mirco Checchetto on the first 5 issues of the artwork, as you can see there. Here's the cover to Volume 2, which, as I said, collects issues 6 through 10 of The Punisher, Avenging Spider-Man issue 6, and Daredevil issue 11, which was the Omega storyline, which was the crossover between those 3 titles. And finally, Volume 3, which collects issues 11 through 16. So there's the covers. So if there's anybody out there who wants to pick up the trades, you know which volumes or which covers to look out for the individual volumes. Yeah, this series has just been absolutely fantastic, and like I said, once I've got the Warzone trade, when that comes out, there'll be no more Greg Rucka the Punisher, unfortunately. But I will be picking up some other of Greg Rucka's stuff. I'm very seriously considering picking up the digest trades of his Queen and Country series from Oni Press, I believe. I'm not too sure about that. If there's anybody who knows which publisher Queen and Country was published under, feel free to let me know in the comments below. I'm also seriously considering picking up his Whiteout series, which is in the same kind of spy genre, which Greg Rucka has also done in Queen and Country. And I'm also going to be picking up his new Image title, which will be coming out in June or July, I think. I'm not too sure. I put an annotation in as to when the first issue of his upcoming Image series, Lazarus, comes out, which has Michael Vark on the artwork. So if any of you are waiting for the release date for Lazarus, I'll put an annotation in with this video. So this was a 5 out of 5 for The Punisher by Greg Rucka Volume 3. Absolutely fantastic, and it's a bittersweet ending, as, like I said, no more Greg Rucka the Punisher after Warzone. So, but what can you do? And that about concludes this review video, guys. Thank you everybody for watching. Hope you all enjoyed this video. If you did, give it a thumbs up. If you didn't like it, give it a thumbs down. As always, feel free to leave a comment below in the comment section. If you're new to my channel and you'd like to see more of my videos, please feel free to subscribe. And until next time, this is Scambit896 signing off, and I'll see you guys next time. Take care, guys.